But also, look at President Trump. I mean, could you pick a more unlikely candidate in terms of presidential hopes and expectations? And yet, he learned a lot during his first term. This was a turnaround of epic proportions. Epic proportions. I know this will be the biggest political comeback in history. It'll be in the history books, and this show will be a part of that. It's going to be incredibly important for us to look back on this because, it's often the misfits that we need to appreciate the most. So when I see the blue-haired people, I think, I really want to love them. They probably understand it. Just crazy, chaotic energy. If they could just find something they truly loved and channel that energy into it, they'd be better off. But also, what led them to this point? What kind of life did they live that left them in a place where, at 35 years old, they're weeping in front of a city council meeting? Who are they? What went wrong? And that's the thing. We've encouraged a victim mentality. We reward it. It has social credit attached to it. You get to be in a special class of people. You get to say outrageous things, and people allow it. But that's not good for anyone. Just like with kids, you know what it's like. It's not good for kids. You have to tell them, that's not real. You can't do that. That's not yours. There are things they have to learn. If you reward victimhood, people will look for ways to become victims. That lady laid out all of her physical ailments and problems as if that somehow makes her argument more valid. Like, because she has all these problems, what she's saying must make sense. But no, that's not how the world works. You're right. It has been rewarded, mainly by political operations, to get votes. And these people vote, too. That's part of how the system operates. How control structures are put in place to ensure those in power stay in power. Do you know John Perkins? No, I haven't had him on. Oh man, you should. He wrote Confessions of an Economic Hitman. Basically, that's what USAID does, but also the State Department. Marco Rubio seems like a good guy. I'm starting to like him, but they've got intelligence units inside, and there are all kinds of things happening in the State Department. I hope that gets uncovered too. Mike Benz was explaining this yesterday, and I was thinking, this is so deeply intertwined. What can actually be done in 4 years? He said, no, this will take 50 years or more. You have to understand how deep these tentacles go. He laid it all out in 4.5 hours yesterday. Wow. I probably talked for 3 minutes during the whole podcast. I'm not kidding. He just kept going. I was like, can I get a transcript of this and go over it slowly? Because he talks fast. The key moments, the viral clips, are already out there. They're probably all over X as we speak. And I love that. I was skeptical, because we heard this during the Reagan administration. Reagan was supposed to make the government efficient, and of course, that didn't happen. Now, they say they're going to do the same with the military. Amen, man. Yeah. Well, they have to be accountable to an audit. They've never done one. The Pentagon has failed 7 audits. And the thing is, fraud is real. We know it's real. People are pilfering money, and if it goes unchecked long enough, it becomes ingrained in how things operate. Once that system is established, and it has been for decades, it's incredibly difficult to stop. Because as soon as you start investigating, people go to jail. So they'll do whatever they can to stop you from investigating. They'll try to bury records. It's going to get wild, as I'm sure Mike told you, and I can't wait to see it. It's not just fraud. It's the system itself. Instead of being open about things, we've been doing all this subversive stuff with money, funneling it into NGOs and nonprofits. The whole Ukraine situation, Mike highlighted all of this. Did he play the Victoria Nuland recorded phone call? No, but he showed the Biden clip where he said the prosecutor had to be fired, or they wouldn't get the billion-dollar loan guarantee. Right. And son of a, he got fired. Well, in 2014, Russia released a recorded phone call where Victoria Nuland was literally talking to the ambassador, saying, okay, we want this guy in the government, that guy in the government, and this guy in the Senate. Klitsch, leave him outside. He can be the mayor or whatever. I mean, that's not cool. We have some things to answer for when all of this comes out, and we should own up to it, pick ourselves up, and move forward with honesty. I think we can do it. I hope so. The problem is, a lot of people are going to be in deep trouble, and they're going to try to stop any accountability.